What's up, guys? It's Over68 here. They were shipping out to Boston tonight in the UFC, and it was UFC Fight Night 26, only on Fox Sports 1. Shogun versus Sonnen. Let's get started with the show. As we kicked off with Joe Lozon, pretty much a lot of people's favorites. He's a fan favorite for most, taking on Michael Johnson. Now, Michael Johnson kind of stagnant in his MMA career. Michael Johnson came out here and he showed brilliance in this fight, glimmer of hope for his MMA career. Very, very great flashes of someone that can be great. Problem with Michael Johnson is his conditioning sucks ass. And if he can fix that conditioning problem, he could actually be a deadly force in the lightweight division. I was very impressed with the striking display that I did see from Michael Johnson. Now, let me just talk about Joe Lozon. He didn't look like Joe Lozon to me. He looked trash. I did not see what Joe Lozon was doing. But Michael Johnson, he wins this fight via UD. I gave him all 3 rounds. I thought he won all 3 rounds. Good win for Michael Johnson, best of his career, and he's going to be moving on forward to something bigger and better. John Howard taking on Uriah Hall. Otherwise, I like to call Uriah Hall David I always forget his last name, pronounce his last name wrong. David Loiseau 2.0. If you guys remember David Loiseau, Uriah Hall reminds me so much of David Loiseau. Getting all this motherfucking hype and never really fucking delivering. That's Uriah Hall to me. I'm sorry. He looked like ass in this fight. What is with this kid? I mean, in the Ultimate Fighter, he looked fucking great. Like, he wasn't afraid of anything. Now here, ever since entering the UFC, he has just been so stagnant. Like, he learned from Hector Lombard how to just stand there and really just don't do shit. I mean, there were some points in the fight that were okay. I mean, this fight wasn't anything good. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible, but it was not that great of a fight. And everyone would be talking about how they high-fived each other at least 15 times during that fight. That was hilarious. But David Loiseau 2.0, Uriah Hall, did not look impressive. He's going to be on the... He has to do some damage if he wants to go back up the card of the UFC. You know, yeah, he's a young kid. Yeah, he has time to grow, but people were projecting this kid to be a top 10 fighter. A lot of people were saying this guy, he has a chance at making it up in the world. He has a chance to go all the way to the top, be middleweight champion in like 2 years or so. So I need to see that. I want to see that Uriah Hall that I've been hearing about. Because in the Ultimate Fighter House, he was amazing, but nowadays he just sucks. A good win for John Howard. He did pretty well, and he should most likely stay a job in the UFC. He's pretty entertaining of a fighter. All right, let's get to some fireworks, baby. Matt Browne taking on Mike Pyle. Matt Browne, let me just tell you, he is the immortal. He fucking kicked the shit out of Mike Pyle. Mike Pyle was knocked the fuck out. And Mike Pyle was trying to bitch after the fight. No, I wasn't. No, you were knocked the fuck out, Mike Pyle. Matt Browne knocked him out. In all honesty, to me, Matt Browne is looking great. He's going on a great career path, freaking knocking people left and right. Give him Condit, give him Lawler, and you know what, Matt Browne, you also earn my respect because you stole Nick Diaz's line. Where you at, George? Where you at, George? I mean, where you at, George? Fight Matt Browne after you fight Johnny Hendricks. But for me personally, I would have Matt Browne fight either Condit or Robbie Lawler before I see him fight Mr. GSPs because, you know, Mr. GSP has a very great skill set. But Matt Browne, in 27 seconds, I believe, or 29, I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember, finished off Mike Pyle. Big win for Matt Browne. The California kid, URIJAH FABER, took on Yuri Alcantara. There we go, Yuri Alcantara. Really, to be honest, URIJAH FABER in the first couple minutes of the round, first couple minutes of the fight, was getting his ass kicked, and then URIJAH FABER turned around and just made Yuri look bad. Uriah was pretty much dominating most of the fight, and Yuri, he's a great ground fighter, not going to deny that. He was great on the ground, but he just couldn't handle the onslaught that URIJAH FABER was throwing at him. FABER won by UD, not really FABER's most impressive win, but he did look dominant throughout the fight, so that's good for URIJAH FABER. All right, now we get on to Travis Browne versus Alistair Overeem, and yes, people, I know his last name's fucking Brown. Travis Browne. I just like saying Brownie because I messed up when I first saw his name. Defeated Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem was dominating the fight. I saw the opportunity. I decided to punch him in the stomach a couple times, knee him. I unaccidentally kneed him in the head, but the ref didn't see it, so it's okay. And then afterwards, I don't respect his striking. I am Alistair Overeem. How can I respect someone like a dark horse? I want to eat Travis Browne, but instead, I got my ass kicked and I got front kicked to the face. I mean, seriously, dude, Vitor must have had nightmares. Vitor must have been watching the show and be like, oh, Vitor remember that. Vitor go loopy. Vitor fall. Vitor no win. I mean, seriously, like, Travis Browne fucking hit that front kick, and it was beautiful. Like, it was like the most slow-mo thing I ever saw, because Overeem, he was dominating most of the fight, and I did that in the Alistair Overeem voice. He kneed him in the head and all that stuff, but that shit was slow-mo, because Travis Browne was trying to throw that front kick, and I was just thinking in my head during when he was throwing these front kicks, I was like, how funny would it be is if Travis Browne actually front kicked him like Anderson Silva did to Vitor. Now, it wasn't really Anderson Silva-esque where you saw Vitor's jaw and fucking finish go like this, but he front kicked him, and Alistair Overeem was like, Timber! And then Travis Browne just boom, 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 kicked the living shit out of Alistair Overeem. And the only sad thing about this is that we did not get to see Alistair Overeem talk on the microphone, just talk about how he knew how the fight was going to go. I planned this in my head. I had a dream about this fight, and now I'm going to go eat more bacon and horses. I mean, that's the only downside of this, but other than that, great win for Travis Browne. He wants a shot at Kane or JDS, whoever wins their trilogy match, or hopefully their final match ever. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we move on to the American Gangster, Chael Sonnen taking on Mauricio Shogun! Shogun versus Mauricio. Versus Chael. Chael no respect nothing. Chael Sonnen looked pretty good in this fight. Shogun, he had a moment where he reversed Chael's takedown and took him down himself. Took down Chael. I really thought Shogun looked pretty decent in this fight. But Chael overall looked so much better. And then Chael hit a nice guillotine on Shogun that made Shogun tap out. Shogun's first submission loss since, well, people like to say that he tapped out during the John Jones fight. But that was like tapping out to strikes. Via submission loss, his last loss was the Forrest Griffin fight where he tapped out via, was it rear naked choke that Shogun, or that Forrest got him in? I can't remember. It's been so long ago since that fight. Was it? That fight was like in 2007. Shit, man. Shogun's old. Shogun lost via tapping out, and I don't know. Is this the end for Mauricio Shogun Hua? I don't know. I don't know what's next for Shogun, but Chael, the American Gangster, gets a win, and he goes out. My thoughts and prayers to Chael's sister and aunt. You know, hope they win their battle with cancers. And also Chael on UFC's new home of Fox Sports. He wants to challenge Wanderlei the Axe Butler Super. Really, to be honest, if they do Axe Murder and Chael, I'm fucking down for that fight. I think that fight would be a good one. Chael versus Wanderlei was a great fight for me. I think Chael just likes fighting the Brazilians. It's something interesting. So yeah, Chael's going to fight Wanderlei. He's calling Wanderlei out, and I can't wait to see if he can beat a Silva in his career that is Wanderlei Silva. But this fight with Shogun, it was a great performance by Chael Sonnen, and he won the fight in convincing fashion. And Shogun tapped out to a very, very underrated game of Chael Sonnen's ground game, as Joe Rogan would say. So anyways, guys, that is pretty much UFC Fight Night 26. If you guys like me, you can subscribe by clicking down below. Comment down below your thoughts about the fight. You know, like this video, dislike this video, do whatever you want with this video. Share this video with your friends. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoy your Saturday night. Be safe tonight. Don't do anything damn stupid. Peace!